Hi, 1 Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to show you how to set up the new Nest Doorbell Battery powered. So this just came out in August of 2021. This is the Google Nest battery powered doorbell. So we've got this here. We're going to show you how to set this up and how to install it as well. You need to start inside with this because you're going to actually need to plug it in. So the very first thing that we're going to do for the Nest Doorbell Battery powered, it does come with a cord, and this is just the cord in the box. You're going to need to plug it into a power adapter. So we've got that right there. And we're going to go ahead and just plug that in. And then on the back side of the device here, you can see that there is a port for the power cord. So in order to get this going, you just need to power that up. And you can see a little light popped on there that it is powered up. And now we're ready to go ahead, starting to get this set up. So in order to set up the Nest Doorbell, what you need to do is be in the Google Home app. So if you don't have the Google Home app, you're going to need to download the Google Home app, set it up, and install it on your phone. So we've already done that. We've set it up and installed it and entered a username and password. Once you've done that, you're right here in the home screen on the Google Home app. It's going to be the first thing that opens up, and you go ahead and click in the upper left hand corner on the plus symbol. Now we've got some options here. It says set up a device, invite a home member. We're going to go ahead and click set up a device right here on the top. It says new device. Add something new like a Chromecast, Google Nest speaker, or display, or we can add works with Google. This is actually a new device invented by Google, so we're going to go ahead and click this top option here. It says choose a home. We've only got one here, so we're going to go ahead and click next, but if you have multiple homes on one Google Home account, go ahead and choose the right one. We're going to click next here, and now it's looking for devices. So in order for it to find the devices, you do want to make sure that your Bluetooth is on and that you've got this connected to Wi-Fi. So it says, what are you setting up? We've got a couple different options here. We are setting up a doorbell, so I'm going to click on that one here. It says, what are you setting up again? Nest Doorbell Battery or other Nest doorbells. We are setting up a Nest Doorbell Battery, so I'm going to click that top option here, and now it says scan the QR code. So on the back of here, right underneath where I've got this little post-it note, there's a QR code. So you're going to need to go ahead and scan that QR code. I'm going to peel the post-it note off here and scan that. Obviously, I can't show you the QR code, so you'll just have to wait a minute here. Once we scan the QR code on our new Nest Doorbell Battery, this pops up on the Google Home app. We're going to go ahead and click continue here. It says, by tapping I agree, you agree to the Google Device Arbitration Agreement. Well, sometimes I think that's spooky that you have about 20 pages of legal agreements just to set up a device, but that is the world that we live in. So I'm going to go ahead and click agree here. Now the usage guidelines and safety disclosure opens up here. It says to avoid risk of overheating, only use between these certain temperatures. It says to avoid risk of shock. It's got some information here, so we're going to go ahead and click next here and go to the next one. It says privacy guidelines. A lot of stuff that you should probably read here, but we're going to go ahead and click next as well. It says help improve Google Nest Doorbell. I'm just going to click no thanks to sharing my data there. And then it says plug in the doorbell indoors. We've already done that, so we're good to go there. It says use a USB-C computer charging cable or adapter or phone cable here. So we've got the USB-C connected in here, and it says the light will turn white when the doorbell is connected to power. We saw that originally, and once it turns blue, it means it's ready to get set up. So our Nest doorbell is ready to be set up now because we do have the blue light. So I'm going to go ahead and click next here, and now it says connecting, getting your home's network ready. So let's give it a moment here. Looking for Wi-Fi networks. Connecting to Wi-Fi, this might take a minute. Now it says connect to Wi-Fi, so we just need to choose our Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to choose the option here, and then I'm going to click next. Now I need to enter the Wi-Fi password, so I'm going to go ahead and enter that in here. Once I've got my Wi-Fi password entered, I'm going to go ahead and click next. All right, it says our device is ready. It beeped a little bit, indicating that it is set up. Now we need to say, where is this device? I've got a couple rooms here, office and front door. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one here, front yard, and click next. And it says getting your device ready. This may take a minute. It's going to download an update. So we're going to let it download that update and see what happens. It says, what will your new doorbell use for power? The USB-C connector can be used for recharging the battery. So we've got it plugged in, it's charging up the battery. This can also use our old doorbell's wiring if we have an 8 to 24 volt transformer, which we do. But since this is the battery powered Nest device, I want to try it out on the battery powered option. So I'm going to click that first. I'm going to use this as if I didn't have any existing wiring. However, we're going to do another video that shows you how to set up the new Nest doorbell if you had wire terminals with your existing wiring as well. You can go ahead and look at some of our other videos. This will wire in very similarly, or go ahead and take a look in the description below. Also, a great time to subscribe if this is helpful. So we're going to click battery here and we're going to click next. It says gather these tools and watch the installation video. So now that we've got this charging up and we've gone through part of the setup process with the Nest doorbell, we're going to go ahead and get this installed outside on our house. We're going to need a power drill and a screwdriver. So we're going to go ahead and click next here. It says find a place for your doorbell. I'm going to go ahead and click next here because we're going to put it right next to the existing doorbell. So let's click next here. It says unplug your doorbell and bring it outside to check the live video. So we've got it connected right here and you can see that the live video is on. You can see my hand there right in the way of the video. So now we know this is connected and we're good to go to take it outside. Now you also want to make sure that wherever you put this, you're looking at it on your phone while you've got this set up so you can make sure that you've got a good Wi-Fi connection between your Nest doorbell and your router. If you have an issue with your internet getting set up with this, I recommend either moving your router closer and or getting a mesh network. So I recommend either the Eero or the Google Nest Wi-Fi mesh network, both great Wi-Fi networks that are easy to set up and have mesh compatibility. So you can basically extend that network with a good coverage signal wherever you want in your home. Now that we've confirmed that it works inside, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this outside and make sure that we're still getting streaming video footage where we're going to install the Nest doorbell before we go ahead and put that bracket in, just to make sure that we're getting a good Wi-Fi connection and signal. Once again, go ahead and give your Nest device some time to get charged up. Now for this video, I've charged it up about 20 to 30 minutes, but if you want a full charge, you're going to have to leave your Nest for a little bit longer than that. So let's go outside and get this Nest battery powered doorbell installed. All right, we're outside now and we're gonna go ahead and mount our new Nest Hello battery powered doorbell. We've got our existing Nest doorbell here, so we're gonna compare those in another video. But the one thing that I wanted to check outside is that I was getting reception and that this was recording live video. And you can see that this is still connected, so we know that we're within range of our Wi-Fi network and this is gonna work out just fine. So you can see my hand on there. Let's see if you can see it right there. And we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and click next here in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and mount this on the wall so we can show you how to install your Nest Hello doorbell. So now we've got the parts and pieces of the Nest doorbell that were in the package. This is the mounting plate. If you want this just flat, like we've got it down here with the Nest Hello, you can go ahead and do that. So you just go ahead and mount this bracket, the G facing forwards, and then you put it on the wall and you're going to be flat like that right on your wall. Now, if you want to angle this left or right, they give you a piece in there. That's this right here, and it angles it, I think, up to 15 degrees. You would first secure this, and then you would go ahead and you would then secure the mounting bracket for the Nest doorbell, and you would secure it with some little machine screws that are provided in the bag. You would go ahead and then just secure this mounting bracket to the mounting plate that tilts it left or right 15 degrees. You can just turn it around and go either direction. And then all you're going to do is clip your Nest in. Now, I want to show you how the Nest doorbell battery powered clips in, just so you're aware how this works, because it's going to be crucial for when you get this installed. So when you install this, you want to make sure that the G is facing outwards or towards you. There's some bumps on this plate. You can probably see them right there. And those need to be against your wall. If they are outwards from your wall, you're not going to be able to slide this in. But the mechanism where you slide this in, basically you're going to tilt and get that edge in here. There's a chamfered edge right here on the Nest. So you want to make sure that you would get that installed, and then you're going to make sure that it hooks on this bottom loop here, and then you slide up and it's going to slide up, and there's a little plastic detent right there, and that detent is what holds this in place. Now let's say for whatever reason you needed to remove the new Nest battery powered Hello. You would use this handy dandy little tool. You might be able to use a paper clip, and at the top there's a little spring mounted plastic knob. You press in there, and that makes that detent go inwards, and then you're able to get it off of that plate. So I've already got a screw hole here. I'm going to use that to secure this plate, and then we're going to secure our device. Now, I don't want to drill a whole bunch of screw holes in here because we've already got a whole bunch behind this doorbell because I've tested out so many doorbells. So I'm just going to go ahead and use one screw to secure this, but I recommend if you're doing this at home that you go ahead and use both screw mounting plates to secure this so it's nice and secure on there. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so we've got our mounting plate secured. I just used the one screw here. Now, we've got this on siding. I would ideally locate it higher up, but that's where I already had a screw hole, so we're gonna leave it there. And you could always use a longer screw, or even one screw might work for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and mount the Nest doorbell onto the backer plate. So you wanna put that bottom end in first. There's this little ball here. You're gonna put that in to that hole on the bottom, and then you're gonna kind of tilt and push in, and you're gonna hear it click and then push down. So you're gonna do a motion like this, where you put it on, get that bottom detent secured or that bottom little knob secured. You push in and then you slide the doorbell down, and you're gonna hear it click in place. So it clicked in place here. So we're just gonna remove it one more time, show you how that goes. I just go ahead, put that in there, and that depresses the detent, and we're gonna give you an angle from the side here. So I go ahead and get this bottom little knob locked into the bigger hole down here. So we're gonna go ahead, get that locked in. Okay, it's locked in. Then I'm gonna push backwards so everything is up against that plate. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull down or push down, and it's gonna lock into place there. So there it goes. You might have been able to hear it click in place. And now that is nice and secure. That's not going anywhere. So let's go ahead, go back to our phone and finish the setup and installation of our Nest doorbell. All right, so we did check that it's working outside. It is, so I'm gonna go ahead and click next. It says, do you want to include the wedge? We did not include the wedge. It is a 20-degree wedge. I think I said 15 degrees earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, no, I don't want to include the wedge. It says leave space for the release tool. So actually in our situation, you want to make sure that you leave enough space, because you can see if I had put this right up against the siding here, you might not be able to get that release tool in. It's just about the size of a small key. So we're going to go ahead and click next here. It says mark the screw placement. We already did that. It says screw in the base plate. Make sure that you do that. We click next. Attach the doorbell to the base plate. Go ahead and click next again. It says use the release tool if you need to remove the doorbell. We did that. And it says you should now see live video. So we do see live video. This is me right outside here. You can see me waving. Let's see, there you go. And I'm gonna go ahead and click next. It says camera is on. A green light will turn on and remain on whenever that camera is active and processing or recording videos. So you can see this green light was on right there. I'm gonna click next. It says live viewing. When the light on your camera is blinking green, a home member is viewing the live video. So I'm gonna go ahead and click next. That's good to know. It says choose whether you want to turn on video recording. It says your Nest doorbell comes with 3 hours of event history depending on your local laws. You may display a notice that your recording is in progress. When disabled, you will see live video only. So I want that video recording on. I'm going to click next here. And then it says adjust your mic settings. We're going to turn on the microphone and audio recording. Go ahead and click next here. Choose a spoken language. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to choose English here and click next. It says stay in the know, stay up to date with Google's hardware. I'm going to click no thanks. It says getting your device ready. This may take a minute. It says you're all set, and I'm going to go ahead and click done. Now we can go through here and we can go ahead and look at our doorbell, and we're just going to click on this one right here at the top. That is our doorbell. Let's see what's happening. It tells us our battery percentage, so we're at 73% after about 30 minutes. We can go ahead down here and click on the live video, and then it's going to show us a live view of what's going on. That's me right here. So go ahead and you can see what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and just X out of this, and we could go ahead and click in here. We can see our history. We can see the live video. We can look at more, and then you've got quick responses, quiet time, and a couple other options here. So we're going to do an entire video that reviews this and shows you how to use the new Nest Doorbell. This just came out in August of 2021, but I want to make sure that people get this video so they see how to set it up. And then we're going to have another one that's a review video and show you how to use all the cool features of this. So this is the first time I've had this set up. Pretty exciting stuff, pretty cool little doorbell. The Nest battery powered doorbell is actually a lot larger than the Nest Hello doorbell that is the hardwired version of the Nest doorbell. So this is older, it's been out for a couple years. This new battery powered version is also able to be powered with hardwired, so you never have to charge up, but it is much bigger. You can see the size comparison. I would say this is about twice the size, or maybe it's a little bit less than twice the size, but pretty close to that. They're a little bit further apart, so it's harder to tell, but this is definitely thicker, it's definitely wider, and it's definitely longer than the Nest Hello. So thank you for watching this video on how to set up your Nest doorbell or your Nest battery powered doorbell. If you like this video, if it was helpful, go ahead, give us that thumbs up, subscribe, and click any links below if you want to support us. Thank you.